Okay, so last time you guys sailed away from Seaton as that city was consumed in chaos, and seeking to go to shore roughly halfway between Seaton and Garden Hills, the Sea Ghost sailed east. On arrival, you guys gave the order for the crew to return to Saltmarsh and wait for your return. You then set out into the cool marshes and navigated through the murky waters until you reached a pond where a few crocodiles were waiting for their meal for the day. After dealing with these guys, Brynn uses primeval awareness to steer the group towards a group of nearby humanoids that turned out to be a small tribe of lizard folk who worship the ancient crocodile Thousand Teeth. Under the pretense of guiding you out of the marsh, the lizard folk brought you to their god as a sacrifice, but the massive beast was shortly dealt with by you guys. And after skinning the creature, Kelnozz discovered a magic staff inside the creature's belly. It was given to Eikooc. You guys then traveled sometime into the evening out of the marsh, and as you guys were leaving the marsh, the sporadic tall trees started to be more dense, more clumped together, but the trees themselves also started to look much more emaciated and rotten away. And as you get closer to the forest proper, you notice that there are more and more kind of mushrooms sprouting out of the ground. Although by now the sun is almost on the ground and can barely peek through all the trees. And that's when you guys decided to do a long rest. And you identified that staff
as a staff of swarming insects.
Yeah.
It's
Nice.
gonna have a beard of bees.
That'd be badass.
Good one, Kev. So you guys are now taking a long rest, basically. How do you guys want to do this?
I can take the first watch because I can meditate or whatever that thing is. Trance. I'm trancing.
Kelnozz breaks out like glow sticks.
You guys digging this air?
This air. Ooh.
I will let everyone know that they can rest. They can sleep soundly knowing that I'm completely alert and on watch.
And completely trustworthy as always.
100%. I specifically omitted trustworthiness.
Okay.
I only mentioned being alert.
Well, the more naive of us, we're very comforted by your words.
Kelnozz smiles to himself.
Okay.
Why don't you rest your weary eyes, Theren? Push your coin purse tight.
I will do that, thank you.
Okay, so Kelnozz, you're gonna take a watch for a bit before you take your long rest?
Yes, I will.
Okay. Well, if everyone else is just going to take their long rest, then Kelnozz, you can go ahead and make a perception check, please.
Very well. Oof. Last time this happened, killed a bunch of mountain lions or something, if I remember correctly.
While the rest of the people are resting, you don't really see anything or hear anything that's concerning to you. The forest seems very still, and you can barely see through the darkness much more than a few feet. What you do hear throughout the night is sometimes in the distance you hear the sound of croaks.
Jazzwazzles.
Has was. Or perhaps that's the sound of the frogs from the nearby marsh. There's still a lot of water in this area as it kind of transitions from the wool marshes.
I sit up a bit more straight, with my eyes rapidly surveying the surroundings, looking for Jazzwazzles.
Your watch passes as you stay up and listen attentively for any possible Chazwazzles. But eventually you become quite tired and you begin your own meditation.
So can I wake up someone to take over the watch for the last 4 hours?
Sure, you can wake up whoever you want.
Who looks like they're sleeping most soundly?
Well, I think if Ryan's also an elf, he would have that, like,
Transylvania.
half breast power that you have. And also, he's good at perceiving, I think, aren't you?
I'm snoring the
Mediocre at
loudest.
best.
He knocks out like a log. We can't mess with that.
Well, I would never wake up my captain. I mean, what kind of first mate would do that? All right, I will.
First mate. When there's an emergency, you gotta wake up your captain.
I'm going to tag in Brynn. I say, Brynn,
Ugh.
I think there might be Chazwazzles. They're not close enough, but you should be careful.
Spring from my bedroll, completely naked, and start to dress myself.
Well, I hope you have an uneventful watch, Brynn. And at ease, soldier. I then lay down. I'll salute out of respect and then go to bed.
I
Alright.
put my clothes on and take watch.
Go ahead and make your
Nothing.
perception check.
Make a perception?
Oh my god. This guy.
Perceiving the shit out of things.
Just infinite perception.
Along with Kelnozz's warning, you can definitely hear in the distance the sound of the croaking sound of bullywugs. But the night passes without any sign of them getting too close. They're very far in the distance.
Can I use my
Yes.
sensing thing, Hunter Conclave, to sense humanoids around?
You certainly can. Yep. You use your ability and focus on your new environment here, and you can tell that there is a small band of bullywugs in the deep marshes where you guys came from, and there's 8 of them.
8 of them. And how far away are they in the deep marshes?
They're like approximately 4 miles to the north.
And can I tell if they're coming closer or going further away? Is that something?
Yeah, you can tell that they never come. They do come closer sometimes, but they never get very close to you, where you said to where. They never come within a mile of you.
Oh, okay.
You guys are in the northern part of the Drowned Forest now, which kind of borders along with the Pool Marshes. You once had a very handy map that could have been referenced.
Yeah, where'd that go?
It's gone forever.
Abandoned with the rest of his stuff. In the
Oh, did it burn in the fire?
We'll never know.
Abandoned?
Never know.
Pretty sure that entire place exploded.
I was the only one holding a map?
Yeah, I guess you had our map.
What
Well,
kind
you're
of
the
person
best navigator.
doesn't have a map? Alright, well. Told you guys we should have gone back to get my stuff.
You can make a history or a nature check, depending on what's better, as to use your memory to what you basically know of the drowned forest.
Maybe you could like redraw the map
What drowned
from memory.
Okay, well, last session you did.
I have no memory of this place.
In the last time we played, you did a history check on the drowned forest, and I told you guys that basically the waters had kind of come in and started to infect the forest, and these blights and shambling mounds would appear in more and more numbers, and would like tear through the forest. As you stand now and try to recall the very geography of the forest, you're not really very familiar with it. You've only known about it from rumors and for what other travelers have told you. You think you're in roughly the northern parts of it based on where you guys came into the shore, but you don't have any idea of the general areas or the general sections of the forest.
Well, if there are bandits operating in here, surely we can, if we search around, we can try and pick up their trail.
Brynn should be able to detect them.
Indeed. I
Or
have not
perhaps-
detected them.
Yeah. We should travel through the forest.
So make sure you guys are at full health and you've done a lot of rest.
Sounds like there might be a battle.
So, what kind of insects are in this forest?
Oh, and as the dawn breaks, you guys notice that what you couldn't really see very easily last night is that there are spores that are floating very thick in the air, and you can't really see the sun at all. It just creates a kind of a weird kind of skew of light through the spores in the air, and as you stand there and you wake up coughing and you find it hard to breathe. Now everyone has to decrease their maximum hit points by 4
Oof.
Oh, shit.
Like permanently?
for now.
By 4?
By 4 for each hit dice you have.
Good lord.
I'm just putting -4 on my temporary hit points, so I don't forget.
Oh. That's a good idea.
So as you guys kind of break camp, you're not on a road, right? You're just kind of in the middle of this forest here in a patch of ground. And right now, Brynn is not able to tell much more than you're in the northern area part of it.
Alright, Brynn, which way?
Right, to the far west would be Seaton. To the east would be Garden Hills.
We could go back to Seaton and get our map.
South would be Burle. But you'd have
To the east?
Our goal is not to head back to one of these towns. We should search
Oh.
the woods for the missing
We're looking for
druid.
the druid, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what direction would you say the missing druid would be in?
Deeper to the center of the woods. South southeast, I guess. Ish.
How far
Mostly south.
have we traveled from where we broke camp?
You
Aren't we
guys are
standing?
Yeah, you're standing at camp as far as I know.
Oh,
We haven't
They're
said
not in
where
this
we're going.
camp.
You guys have traveled
we've been awake for a
probably
while, eh?
from the shore, like through the marsh. You guys would be probably would have traveled probably like 20 miles or so.
Okay. Brynn, can you take us towards the center of the forest?
Indeed. Let us travel this way, towards the center
Keep
of
an
the
eye out for
forest.
keep an eye out for tracks. We should find some trace of these bandits.
Is it bandits that have taken the druid?
That's
Or
what I
Chazwazzles?
remember.
Last
They
night I
were-
detected some Chazwazzles, but they were deep in the marsh.
They were taken by bandits. They were asking for ransom.
Indeed.
They were looking for 500 gold pieces, food and armor.
Wow. Tally ho then.
Wow.
Let us collect the treasure.
Save the druid.
Save the druid is what I really meant. So can we head towards the center of the forest?
Yep, you guys can. I need everyone to make a survival check.
Nybert might be AFK here for a second.
Oh my god. I died in the forest leaving camp. We have no chance to survive.
Yeah, we need a clutch roll from Nybert here.
He said BRB. It's been
So
more than
while
a
we're
second.
waiting- While we're waiting for Ryan or for Nybert, can I perceive any sort of
What's going on?
what sort of insects are around?
Yeah, you can make a perception check, yeah? Oh. You don't see a lot of insects. The forest seems very still and almost dead. Like, the only thing that is alive that you see is these mushrooms. Yeah, there's no insects flying around or that you can just see.
Like nothing on the forest floor or anything?
You can take a closer investigation if you want to, like, dig for something, but yeah, you do manage to find ants as you dig through the ground.
Am I rolling a survival?
Yes, please.
Ooh.
Okay. So as you guys start moving through the woods, these mushrooms are absolutely everywhere. Not only are they kind of sprouting off of the trees, but as you get deeper into the woods, they start sprouting out of the ground. And the fact that the light from the sun has been blocked by all these spores has kind of allowed all these unnatural growths to flourish. And in some places, the trees are almost blocked out by these large mushrooms that grow 5-6 feet in the air.
Do we know if these mushrooms are like unsafe, toxic to the touch?
Go ahead and touch them.
Can I do like a something check to know
You can do
if
a
they're safe?
nature check.
Nature check. Ah, yes. I'm not very good at it. Fuck.
You use your tongue.
You don't have a strong knowledge of mushrooms in general, and none of these mushrooms look obviously poisonous, but they also don't look obviously edible. Many of them are there are many different colors of the mushrooms. There's like dark purples and reds and oranges, but everywhere where these mushrooms touches, there's like a black stain on it. Like the wood rots and turns black, and the ground is dark and kind of moldy with blackness underneath it. So the mushrooms themselves look kind of bright and clean, but you do get a sense that they're not exactly helping the area.
Okay, I'm not going to take any chances then.
But as you
Theren,
get close to this one and poke it, just to kind of take a look at it, the mushroom starts making a high-pitched shrieking sound.
Ah! I back away slowly.
This noise is extremely loud, and as one goes off, you notice that other mushrooms around you start shrieking these loud, high-pitched noises.
Can I like stealth away?
For sure, yeah, you can back up. Just trying to find it.
I'm trying to like take the most sure-footed steps as I'm slowly like creeping backwards. I'm a ninja.
Yeah, you back away, and the mushrooms start. They keep shrieking for a few seconds, and then stop.
I quietly alert the rest of the party to these things. I'm sure they heard them as well, though, right?
Absolutely, they heard it as well, and you suspect that this sound could probably be heard for quite a while away.
Oof. Okay, so I'm gonna do like a shh noise as I'm pointing towards the mushrooms and kind of point us in not that direction, like to find another way around. But I guess, are we completely surrounded by these things?
As you look through the forest, you can see that these mushrooms are fairly common throughout the forest, and if you get too close to them, they may make these noises.
Theren, is there some sort of unholy magic about these mushrooms?
Well, I could try to sense evil. I believe that is something I can do. I channel my divine sense.
That lets you like find fae and undead and celestials.
Ooh, but there could be some undead in this forest, I'm told.
Or undead mushrooms?
Within 60 feet of you.
Oh god.
Yeah, no 5 mile deal.
Yeah.
Gotta get that 5 miles. So on the same lines, can I sense any humanoids, or is it just mushrooms?
Well, just to finish off there, and you don't sense any of those things within 60 feet of you.
Okay.
There are Brynn, if you use your primeval awareness, you
Yes.
take a moment to focus, and you guys have been traveling not for very long. It's still probably mid-morning. You can detect that there are several humanoids kind of scattered in your 5 mile area. There's one group of humanoids that seems to be moving closer to your direction. It's about 2 miles away. And there's others like pockets of humanoids scattered throughout your 5 mile radius.
How many like pockets of humanoids do I like? Are the ones so we've got a group that's 2 miles away? Are the rest like further away than 2 miles?
Yeah, there's 4 different pockets. There's one that's about 5 miles away. There's one that's around 2 miles away that's moving in your direction. And then there's 2 others that are like roughly 3 miles away. Another one is like 2.5 miles away.
Can we see them on the minimap?
You see nothing, right?
No, because they're miles away. Okay. My friends, 2 miles in this direction, there is a small group of humanoids. We can be sure that they've heard these squealing mushrooms.
We should get out of here.
Yeah, those mushrooms are creeping me out.
I guess let's keep going, but not in a direction towards.
Yeah, should
Well.
we go away from the group of humanoids?
One of these group of humanoids must be the bandits we're looking for.
Must they? We haven't
It
traveled
might
that
be
far.
worth investigating and seeing if we can set a trap for them.
Make
Ooh.
a history check, Theren.
Oh, me? Okay. History check coming up. Ah,
So this is your knowledge of the area. You have some knowledge of this area as well, having seen Brynn's map and general life in the area. You know that the drowned forest is like. Well, I'm not very good at math, so I'm trying to think of the square footage of this, but it's like 25 miles across at least, from north to south, and like maybe like 40 or 50 miles east to west. So Brynn's 5-mile radius is not all encompassing.
ah. Well then, if we wanted to leave no stone unturned, we could check these different groups he's detecting and then continue on if none of them seem to be, actual people we're interested in.
I think
Or
that
we
would
could
take a
check their
very long
tracks.
time. Let's continue until we detect a large group, perhaps. Not just a group of 3 or 4.
All right then. Let's avoid these randos and continue onward.
So, Brynn, I guess lead us in a direction that doesn't. That keeps us heading roughly the direction we want to go, but doesn't bump us into any of these randos.
We would like to avoid the randos. So what direction were they in again? The closest ones?
The closest ones were from the south.
Okay, and we were heading southwest?
We need a mini map.
Yeah, without this map, I'm like it's
But
hard
even
to navigate.
Well,
Yeah, it's impossible to navigate.
well, I think there were like 2 basic tiles. And like we came in on the north tile, so there's like 2 tiles. One's like southeast of the tile that we entered in, probably. So that's probably what we're working with here. So we just gotta like move into the center of tile 1, and then navigate our way to tile 2 at some point if that proves fruitless.
Think about it this way: the map would only tell you what you already know, which is that east is Seaton, east is Garden Hills, west is Seaton, south is through the forest, and Burle is not too far away. There's a road to Burle south, and north is back up to the Hool Marshes and into the Taden Bay.
Well,
Are we supposed to be heading towards Burle?
So you guys can go. You guys are north. You can go south, east, or west, or you can explore your area that you're in. You guys started moving south when you guys encountered your first set of shrieking mushrooms.
So I would say we should
Not that way.
southwest and try and avoid this little group of humans.
I think we should head west as well.
So if
And
roughly
south.
if the square is roughly the forest, are we roughly there in the forest? Or like that's too much to tell us?
I think
I
it's
guess
more like this, and we're like here-ish maybe.
yeah, that's basically that idea.
Okay, Scott's little blurb is probably closer to the real map, and I would put you there.
Okay. So this is what I mean by mini-map. So that's helpful. That's really helpful. And then Ryan said he saw guys, so like, if he's like got guys like that or whatever.
We just got a little line like this, I think. And if we don't find any sign or trace of Hatch, I say we make our way to the south, to the frosted tips.
Shivering Willies.
Just
I
had
thought we were
to.
heading this direction.
Yeah, see, this is why it's good to get on the same page, because otherwise everybody's got a different idea about what's going on.
Well, fair enough, but in real life you wouldn't have this, right? Like this would be.
We're sketching it in the dirt.
talking to you.
Yeah, we could use like
Drawing
sticks.
us in the dirt
Yeah, fair enough.
based on Brynn's what he just gauged. Okay, I'm down. I'm good with Theron's plan. I think that's a good plan.
Lead the way.
What was your plan, Theren? Just to.
To kind of head around these guys to the south, just kind of head south this way, and we'll make our way down, searching for any trace of the bandits that might have taken Hatch. But if we don't find anything, I'm also suggesting we head south to the frosted tips. So
I do
Give him a
enjoy the frosted tips.
it's imperative we get there as soon as we're
Our
done
home.
here. We need to warn them of danger approaching.
Indeed. You went blabbermouthing to those last evildoers.
Well,
you have to get there post haste and find this druid.
Yes.
Maybe we can find more converts. Hey, Theren?
I'm always eager to spread the truth of Maraganor to all that will hear, and even those that will not hear.
Especially those that won't.
Especially.
They will also hear. All will hear.
All right. Onward.
Onward ho.
Indeed, I do perception as I go to see if I can find tracks.
Okay. You can do a survival check for tracking.
Alright, I'll try. Huh.
Nice.
And how are you guys going? Like, are you just gonna go at your normal pace?
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna race around.
Yeah, I think
We're
we
gonna
should
take our
go
time.
cautiously.
Cautiously, but at normal speed.
I don't understand.
Well, looking around for.
Cautiously with gusto.
Okay, so like we're not like
Sort of a
marching
soft
through.
jaunt.
We're searching around. We're not like marching.
Yeah.
As
Would
fast
you
as
say-
possible. So.
Is that like a saunter?
No,
Are we
soft
sauntering?
jaunt.
Too casual. We're
A
actually
sausage
searching.
jaunt?
More of a canter.
Oh, canter. A speed walk?
the arms and
Nobody let both feet leave the ground at the same time.
Yeah,
Well,
doesn't
super
count.
off.
I guess so. Okay, so you guys start moving again for 2 or 3 more hours, and you don't manage to, or you do manage rather to avoid any of the other shrieking mushrooms. Now that you kind of recognize them, you manage to keep clear of them and don't set any of the other mushrooms off. But after a few hours, you guys are continuing your journey. The forest has become much more dense, and the trees are much taller and thicker, but none of them are more healthy. They all seem dead, except for all of the mushroom and fungus that grows along the trunks and along the forest bed. Theren, you said you were perceiving along the way, so go ahead and roll a perception roll.
Alrighty.
Okay, you guys. After a few hours of walking, you guys are coming through a part of the forest where the trees are, as I said, getting much thicker. They do have leaves, but all the leaves are withered and barely clinging on to the branches. And as you guys are looking at this and seeing all the mushrooms that are kind of infecting this forest, out of nowhere, I need to know Theren's AC.
Oh,
Oh no, my AC is 18.
Okay. An arrow flies whizzing out of the trees, and whew,
Ooh.
hits Theren square in the shoulder, just above where your heart is. Take 10 piercing damage
oh,
and roll initiative.
Was that an arrow?
It was an arrow.
Dang.
Arrowed.
arrow.
I was arrowed majorly.
Oh, and
Just regular type.
place you guys on the. Do a rough marching order.
Well, I guess I was at
In
front, that's why I was shot.
Mm-hmm.
And
Get in there, Brynn.
Can I be somewhat
Just 1
close?
second.
Which way are we going?
For some reason,
Down?
we don't want to step on the mat here.
Are we going down or are we going to the right?
oh, I was kind of thinking down for some reason because we were kind of going
You
south,
just
right?
did a basic space here. It's not going to be too complicated. I'm just going to move this all down a little bit here, just so that.
There's a wang down there.
Terrible.
Wasn't me.
But I got you on the sofa.
Wow.
Ugh, shaggy jokes.
Okay, so that's a rough thing that you guys are in. That's perfect. You guys hear the sound of almost demonic snickering that has an edge of an almost animal-like tone to it. And pouncing out from around the thick trees are 5 dogmen that stand wearing rough hide armor, carrying shields and spears and longbows, and they are cackling with some kind of mad delight as they reveal their ambush. Okay, so we are going to have a surprise round here as these 5 gnolls attack.
Knowles, I hate Knowles.
So you guys quickly find these gnolls pouncing out from around tree trunks, getting the jump on you as their stealth is quite high. Okay, so we'll start with Eikooc here. What's your AC?
I am at. What am I at? $15.
Okay. Take 5 piercing damage
Ooh.
as this Gnoll's spear manages to tip into your flesh as you try to dodge away a little too slowly.
Sorry, how many? 5?
5, yep.
That's a lot of damage.
The Gnoll that facing Theren leaps forward with his own spear. Ooh. Misses wildly. Now there's going to be 2 on Kelnozz. That's a miss.
That's a miss. Faux show.
Oh, double miss.
Yeah, get out of here.
And as these gnolls start their attack, you see one gnoll much larger than the others, wearing a dirty chain shirt, lumbers up and starts and carries like a long glaive and comes at Brynn.
Brynn, watch out!
Don't do it! Oh, this is a big one too. Whiff.
So first attack goes wild, nowhere near Brynn, but he turns his glaive, brings it back for a very slightly less wild, but equally missing. And snarls
wily
in
in
frustration.
Yeah, Brynn's in his natural habitat. He's like rolling in the mud, and he's hard to hit.
Okay, so that is the surprise round. Now, it looks like Kelnozz is probably going first. We're missing at least one person. Brynn, did you roll initiative?
I did not. Oh, there, it's on the thing now. Oh, God.
Critical fail.
A 12 is a fail?
I get to roll advantage on my initiative. So one of the rolls was a 1, the other was only an 8.
Okay.
Alright, Kelnozz, you're up first.
Okay, so I'm going to use my bonus action to inspire Brynn.
Ha ha!
Go for the eyes! Combat inspiration, and using my actual action to do this move. Huh! Basically, any creature in a 30-foot cube.
I have to stop you there.
Oh.
You don't get that. That was one of your level 5 spells that you.
Oh no!
Burn.
Rejected.
Can't get level 3 until you're level
Good
5.
thing Borbs is checking the characters.
De-leveled.
Well, we don't have to look at the rulebook. I'll just use a different spell.
Just
You should
off
roll
it.
for it.
Oh man, I was really looking forward to using that. All right, I will use my action to cast Fairy Fire instead. So each object in a 20-foot cube. So I think I can catch everybody.
Ooh, that's dirty.
Yeah, I'm a bard. I can't actually do damage, but I can make it annoying.
Next to Eikooc here. The Pack Lord here. Oh, thank God.
Ah,
I assume that even passes. I'm not 100%
yeah,
sure.
it does.
It does.
And then Theren
DC
here.
14.
Oh, on Nyberts or on me?
No, it's they're doing dex rolls.
There's resistance.
So, all of the smaller gnolls are suddenly encapsulated by this pale blue light that emanates from Kelnozz's casting. But the larger gnoll snarls and waves his glaive in the air and manages to disrupt them and stop them from encapsulating it.
I
So
point my
the other
rapier
ones-
at him, and I say, "Ooh, I'll save you for last." So just remember, when you're attacking the lesser dudes, you get advantage on attack rolls. That's the end of my turn.
You're up, Theren?
Okay, well, I'll use that advantage to do a minus
Cleave 'em
5
up.
cleave.
Give him the cleave.
Yeah. Give him a
And
massive...
Brynn, you have Bardic Inspiration, don't forget.
Oh yeah. I don't go till after they've gone 3 times.
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
20 hits.
2020.
Well, this will be plus 20 damage, or plus 10 damage, sorry.
Oh my
not 20
God.
damage, but... I'll
The
take
Twine
it.
Bringer.
22 damage.
Nice.
Oh, man. Why is it plus 10 again?
It's because I do that minus 5 thing.
It's the Reckless Swing or whatever.
Yeah.
Heavy Swing.
Heavy attack.
Dude, that with Fairy Fire is super dirty.
Yeah, it's not bad when I have advantage. But although I did roll 20 both times, but...
Does that 20 have the minus 5 on it?
No, so it's 15.
Oh, it's
Is the
15.
roll.
Oh, okay. Okay, good to know. A 15 still hits. You're like, okay, and you kill it. You,
Cleaved him in twain.
yeah.
Wow.
Well, not technically,
Ooh.
but you deal it a massive blow, and it can't withstand it, and its chuckles turn into croaks of death.
Well, in that case, I activate bonus action, kill the guy, attack another guy.
Theren, murder.
Oh, this time it's not so good. Only 12 minus 5, which would be not enough, likely.
Right.
You're doing
Definitely
another
not.
like cleave.
You don't manage to hit the other one. You're too busy wrenching your sword out of the corpse.
Do you have to double cleave when you do that?
What do you mean? Like, do I have to do the minus 5 again?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think it just has to be another attack, but I don't know. I
Okay,
kind
cool.
of
I was just curious.
super
Oh yeah,
murder
you gotta
the
go
guys.
for it.
That would have been amazing.
The double cleave. Whew.
Yeah.
Okay. If that's it, then it will be the Knoll's turn.
Ryan doesn't get to go.
He gets to
Nope.
go
Ever.
after. Oh, okay.
Nope.
Neither does you.
Okay, so this one is going to scamper over to Eikooc. So Kelnozz, you can take your reaction if you want.
I will take an attack of opportunity
Please
with
kill
my
him.
rapier.
Please kill him.
Let me click the advantage button.
You're level 6, right? You
Yes.
4 attacks.
Yes, yes, I am. Ooh,
21 hits.
yeah. Let's do some damage, Reno. Look at me go.
All right, 9 damage. You manage to stick your rapier deep into the creature as it seems more interested in the bloody Eikooc.
I shout over to you, Eikooc. Watch out, he's coming your way.
There's nothing I can do about it.
Nope. And so these two are going to attack you. They both have advantage since they're flanking you here.
Pack tactics.
They both have advantage? Oh, because there's 2 on me?
They get pack tactics.
That is super. I'm going down, guys.
So 2 hits. You take 10 piercing damage total.
Oh, God. Okay. I survived.
Still good.
The one that's attacking you, Kelnozz, is jabbing out with its spear. 17
Ooh, that's a hit.
soon hits, so take 5 piercing damage.
So, actually, no. I should technically have. The temporary hit points doesn't seem to work. Did I mess up?
No,
I
it's
just-
just like a note. It's not.
Yeah.
Like it's not
Okay.
going to actually count it.
Ouch.
The pack lord here makes a hideous laughter and says, "What are you doing? Finish him off!" And allows one of those gnolls to do a bonus action to do another attack,
Oh.
and misses. Let's see. Oh, that's its action. Damn. All right. So that's it for the Pack Lord, and now it is Brynn's turn.
Ugh. Well,
Stab him up.
Save me.
all right.
Use inspiration.
I gotta stab him up to try and save Eikooc. Hit him with a longsword strike.
This is on who?
The one fighting Eikooc, the one that I'm closest to, so this one.
Okay.
Ugh.
You can't manage to hit it with your longsword as you try and strike. The Pack Lord deflects it with his glaive.
I will use my Hunter Conclave ability to attack a different creature that's within 5 feet of the
Ooh.
original and strike at the leader.
Go ahead. And be reminded, oh, you don't need it now, but be reminded you have that combat inspiration still.
Yes.
So go ahead and roll your critical damage here.
3 plus 10, 13. And these guys aren't humanoid, eh?
They certainly aren't.
Oh.
These are
so
these
more
are
damage.
likely the humanoids that you detected coming towards you.
Ah. So they take some more damage as a result.
Is it 2 extra damage?
Whoops. Yeah, 2 extra. So
15?
15. Oh, one I got a 10, the other I got a 2. That's it.
So as this gnoll deflects your longsword with its glaive, you just quickly turn and slash at it out of spite. And now it is Eik's turn.
Oh. Do I make one valiant attack?
Slumbermans?
Slumbermans.
One valiant attack, or do I retreat and try and hope I get 2 attacks later? Oh god. So if I take disengage, that means I'm disengaging. Like I'm not going to invoke attacks of opportunity by moving.
That's right.
Yeah, but it costs your action.
Yeah, I know. I don't think I have another option. They're probably just going to move to me and attack me anyway. They seem to.
If you run behind Theren, he can like attack about.
That was my plan,
Yeah.
but like they're just going to like follow me and like hit me anyway and probably end me.
Well, they might actually get hit by Brynn and Theren if you're like down here. Or me. It'd be hard for them to get around.
All right, I'm just gonna try and 27 on that. All right, I'm gonna try and probably just sleep these 2 here. See what happens. Cast at what level? Level 9.
Damn it.
It's not gonna be enough.
Oh, 19?
No, it's gonna be 19 plus 13.
Ooh, 19 plus 13, that is 32.
Probably one, not both.
Would it make you feel better if I said it was quite close to going to sleep?
A little.
Yeah, the one that's already been wounded by Kelnozz, suddenly falls asleep.
Okay.
I'm coming.
There's no way for me to cast a second spell on my turn, and there's no point in me moving, so...
I hope you survive.
Oh, can I use my bonus action to drink a potion of healing? Because I have one. Is that a thing, or is that an action?
Let's see how quickly I can look it up, because I can't quite remember.
Sounds like a bonus action to me.
Just a quick swig.
It's probably an action.
I think it's an action, but
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna say it's an action. Usually,
Sorry, Yak.
interacting.
You want
with
to roll
something
for
is-
it?
Yeah, we gotta roll for this one. We didn't look it up, so we have to roll for it. It's the only way.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just doing a quick check here. I think you might be right. Ah, damn.
Does make
Okay.
sense.
My turn?
Yep.
Alright, first of all, I'm giving Eikooc combat inspiration, which can add to AC against incoming attacks.
Ooh, that'll be very useful. Thank you.
Next, I'm going to provoke an attack of opportunity. I think by trying to jam up. Does it help at all if I jam this guy? Guess he can probably just attack you anyways.
Just another thing to keep in mind is they have spears, so their range is larger than yours.
Okay. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to point at the leader guy. I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery, so I'm going to point at him. Bad dog! Very bad dog! And hopefully this works. You're doing a Wisdom saving throw DC 14. Oh, yeah.
There you go,
So
works.
now he has disadvantage on his attacks.
Nice.
Plus he takes 4 psychic damage.
He whimpers.
Well, he growls in fury as you humiliate him.
Yeah, I scolded the shit out of him.
Okay, Theren, you're up.
All I can do is just like kind of jam people up a little bit.
Well, I guess I will attack this guy. Has he taken any damage yet?
Nope. The only one that's taking
well.
damage is the one that you killed and the one that's asleep.
Well, I guess I'll do another -5 against this guy and try to ice him in one round. Gotta roll pretty good though.
You miss.
Oh, damn. So we need, what is that?
He puts his shield up in time now that he's alert to your wicked blade.
Alright.
Okay. So, I guess it's their turn now. Here that comes Eikooc. First one stabs out with his spear here. I'm going to take away its advantage now that they're not really flanking anymore.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh.
Alright, you take 5 piercing damage.
All right, hold on.
What's your AC?
How much is your dice there, Kevin?
I think it's a 1d6. Let me check.
Okay, I'm gonna use it.
Okay.
Wait,
14.
14. No, I'm 15, right? No, I'm 14.
Yeah, it's a 1d6.
So best I could get is 20. If it ties, you still hit me though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then I can't bother. So
Ugh.
Do you not have some kind of Halgud feature that lets you shake off
damn.
damage?
Do you have mage armor?
Totally do. Thank you, Bob. I have Stone's Endurance. I can occasionally
Cast
shrug off
hard on
injury.
yourself.
I can use my reaction to roll 1d12. I forgot about that.
So it's 5 minus 3. You take 2 piercing damage.
Add your Constitution modifier
Oh,
to
there
the
you go.
number rolled. We're almost there. We're almost there. It's a 4.
It's a 4. You take 1 piercing damage.
Minus my resistance to piercing damage.
Oh god, is that not
Starting to
enough?
sound a little rough here.
Yeah. All
Continue janking. There must be additional rules. Jake got a 3+.
right. I rolled a 3 out of 1d12, so I deserve to be unconscious.
That's kind of true.
You aren't sure for a second if the spears hit you, and then you look down and it has. And you lose consciousness. The creature lets out a wild cackle and uses its bonus move to scamper up over your body and towards Kelnozz, where it tries to take a bite.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah, get out of here.
bites its own tongue, and you see blood trickle out of its mouth. Okay, so that was the one that was attacking Eikooc. The other one that is facing Kelnozz and Theren sees its friend join him, turns to Kelnozz and stabs out with his spear.
Ooh.
18.
No, that's a hit right there.
You take 5 piercing damage. As you jump back from the snapping jaws of the first gnoll, this one takes you with this spear. Gives you a shallow wound. Now the last one here. It's the pack lord.
Mage butts.
And
Oh, 1 second, BRB.
it's going to just kind of sidestep over here. Theren, you can take nothing, but Brynn, you can take a reaction to take the attack if you want.
I will. A slice. Whiff.
You miss, but the creature turns to you. But the creature takes the blunt end of his glaive and roughly shoves the gnoll on the ground. Ah, you would. Does a little bit of damage. It's very rough, and that gnoll wakes up. And still has half of this move, so it's good. It wakes up and doesn't even need to move. It's going to use its spear and tries to stab you, Brynn, reaching out with its long reach. So you take... Now you have your combat and inspiration too, right? You could add that to your AC if you want.
Actually, yeah. I'll try that. It's a D6?
Yes, I believe it is.
No? Booyah!
There you go. Plus 15.
Wow.
Okay, so this spear You're surprised at its length, and it almost pierces through your guard. But then you remember that Kelnozz put his trust in you, and you, the last minute, you dodge back, and it only hits the air in front of you.
Yeah.
All right, now it is Brynn's turn.
All right. Ooh, I'm now separated. I draw my bow and fire my first. Actually, I'm going to cast a spell. Is Eikooc dead?
He is
Yep.
dying. Yeah.
Dying. Dang. That's a shame. Gonna have to let that happen. Can I pour a healing potion down his throat? Oh, I don't have one. I lost all my gear. I got nothing. Well, I longbow the leader. Ooh. Do I still have the bardic inspiration as well, or that was the
No,
combat?
that was the.
Kept me alive, but can't get me to hit. And I will use my Hunter Conclave ability. This one woke up, eh?
Yes.
The one next to the leader. I'll use my Hunter Conclave ability to fire an arrow at him as well. There we go. 17.
17 hits. Sorry, is this on the normal one or the?
The normal one, yeah. For 10 plus 2, so 12.
Okay, so that one dies as your arrow thuds into it.
Take that!
Okay.
Evil
Now it
doer.
is Eikoc's turn to do a death saving throw.
Live, damn you.
Here I come. Sweet death. Success.
There you go, success. Kevin, for what it's worth, I did look up the rule, and it is very clearly in action, so I don't know what the debate's about, but it says drinking a potion or administering a potion to another character requires an action.
Oh, 100%. It's.
Yeah.
I think it's only a debate because on Critical Role they have it as a as a
Oh,
house
it's
rule.
a house rule. Yeah, it's not a bad house rule.
No.
Anyway.
But the debate's only it's only there because that's been popularized.
It might have been like that in previous editions, for all I know.
Yeah.
Alright, so you made your success. Now up to Kelnozz.
Alright, I'm gonna stab this dude.
Go
With
ahead, use your
advantage?
Stabbing.
Oh my god.
Ooh, either way, that is a miss.
Well, it was fun.
He just bats
I don't
away
need-
your rapier with his spear.
Did, how long does Vicious Mockery last?
I think it's... I don't know.
Just
On the next
turn.
attack roll.
Yeah, the next attack. Nobody's
I
attacked.
should have... On
No,
his
it's
next
his
attack
next
roll.
attack, yeah.
I should have cast that. Anyways, I fucked up.
Oh, he didn't attack anyone anyway. He attacked. He just woke up that dude.
The Pack Lord hasn't attacked anyone yet?
I'd say not really. Like he
Okay,
did like a
so it's
small
fine.
attack on the creature, but I won't count that because it's more like.
So I didn't misplay hardcore?
So he still has disadvantage coming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Theren.
That's it.
I'll move a little bit up here. And then do another great swing at -5 on, I guess the one right here. Ah! Ooh,
Okay,
24.
So 24 minus 5, that would hit. Go ahead.
I'll take it. It's 20 damage.
Woo!
Alright, it barely clings to life, but manages to stay on its feet.
Ugh.
Moraganor thirsts for blood.
Indeed.
Okay, so now it's their turn. Okay, so let's start with the pack lord.
Hey.
Okay, the pack lord is going to scamper over here. And now there will be many attacks. Okay. So these Kelnozz, these guys are going to be getting advantage on you. Does a 14 hit?
I have. That's AC.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
I'm
you
AC
take
14.
5 piercing damage from the one on the south.
I am hurting.
The one to our left here is going to stab out as well. He misses.
That's a miss.
And the pack lord is going to make his first attack on you. It's going to be
With disadvantage.
with neither advantage nor disadvantage, since they cancel each other out.
Impossible.
And he gets an 8, so there you go, he misses. But he does spin his glaive and follow up for a second attack. Oh, this one's going to be at advantage because it's not cancelled. Alright, so both times you manage to dart out of the way or deflect it with your rapier. Man, these gnolls are attacking you from 3 angles and you're barely getting
I am
scratched.
so agile.
Okay, that is their turn, so when Ryan's back, it will be his turn. I'm just gonna go get a drink while we're waiting. Be right back.
I'll be right back to you.
I didn't hear Ryan just come back, did he?
He left.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, dudes, I'm back.
Ain't no thing.
Everyone's getting Theren and Kelnozz.
I'm close to death. I have
Oh,
not many hit points left.
well, that is a shame.
It's a problem.
It would be a shame if the first mate were to
Ooh.
fall.
Damn it, Ryan.
Let his captain fall.
I did everything I could to save the captain.
Except throwing yourself in harm's way.
You just waited over there all by yourself.
You're usurping my position on the ship.
Continued usurping.
It's a mutiny!
I'm back.
Oh, yeah.
Has Ryan returned?
Yep.
Yes.
Is everyone still here?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Ryan, it's your turn. These
All
gnolls
right.
are swarming Kelnozz.
They were
Kelnozz, eh?
they're all frenzied up from the taste of
How-
Eikooc blood.
How hurt does the leader appear?
He's got some minor scratches on, some minor wounds on him from where you attacked, but looks to be fairly robust still.
I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on him.
Ooh.
I don't know why that came up as a 2. I don't really know what that means.
It for some reason rolled damage, but you don't do that until you deal damage.
Yeah.
It's because you didn't drag it in.
Ooh,
Should have dragged it in, Ryan.
That's true. I didn't drag it in. I tried to type it myself. And that's what happens when you do it yourself.
Hope you learned your lesson.
And then I'm going to bow strike this guy.
Strike him up.
Okay, go ahead with your attack roll. An 18 hits.
For 7 plus 2 is 9. And then my Hunter's Mark damage is another 6. 15. To go with that mark, I also use my Hunter Conclave ability to attack the one to Kelnozz's right.
Using your awareness of these humanoids, you manage to get a well-placed arrow, and the creature grunts in pain. A pretty significant damage to it.
Well, that one's probably a miss.
9 misses.
Phew!
You'd also have disadvantage on it because you're in melee range of a creature.
Hmm.
Okay, Eikooc, make your second death saving throw.
So, hold on. For that would be if I was attacking this one? If I'm attacking this one?
No, it doesn't matter what you're attacking because you still
Just
have
as long as something's in melee range?
within melee range.
Okay. Understood.
Here we go.
2 successes.
All out living.
Okay. Kelnozz, you're up.
All right, I'm going to use a cantrip on the big bad guy.
Okay.
Wisdom saving throw DC 14.
Terrible.
He has disadvantage on his next attack and takes 4 psychic damage.
Nice.
I taunt him mercilessly, or threaten to give him a bath.
You're starting to see
I think-
genuine fear creep into its
Yeah, that's
demonic
right.
eyes. Excuse me. Alright, Theren, you're up. Mute yourself, Scott.
My bad. I do a regular non -5 attack against the guy I wounded mercilessly in the last round. And I careful aim. Ooh.
Wowzers.
So overkill.
Slicing him in twain.
Were you attacking this one?
I'm attacking the one that was this one, whichever one I was
he was
hurting a
clinging
lot.
to life, and you just
Yeah. How dare you survive against my last attack?
Is that your total damage?
Actually, let me
Oh, yes, it
roll 2 of these dice
Oh,
again,
yeah.
because I do have that
Oh
Like-
my god.
special thing. I might get some better than ones.
There's no
You're looking
limit
for
to that,
splat.
is there?
No.
Okay, good.
Looking for splash damage.
So I only get an extra 3, so that's
20.
17, 19, 20.
You eviscerated.
Yeah. Okay, then I bonus attack the other one. And is the other one wounded yet?
No.
You know what? I'm just gonna do a regular attack against this one too. I take careful aim and do stuff.
That was wise.
An 18 hits.
Alright, so I strike at him thusly. I'll try to roll the 2. Hopefully not getting a 1. Ah, getting a 2 again. Excellent. At least it wasn't worse. That's all I do.
Too bad it wasn't in the opposite order.
That's right. I actually get that bonus action attack even if I don't kill something as long as it's a critical.
Oh, nice.
So it's ridiculous. Like, oh, take another attack. Also, in addition to this critical,
That's
ridiculous
so good.
damage.
Ruh-roh.
I've been muted, so
Hmm.
what I said there was that
Nothing bad
guys-
happens.
his first one was at disadvantage. Or not disadvantage, but it was with its disadvantage was disqualified by the advantage it would get from flanking. So it rolled the 18, and you take 8 slashing damage as this glaive finally manages to make purchase on you. And it's going to do one more attack. $19, so you take a further 8 slashing damage. This is you, Kelnozz, just in case you're...
Oh. 8?
You took both of those 8, so in case you missed the first one, taking 16 slashing damage total.
Well,
That's
can
rough.
someone pull out the chart, the table there, scatter die? Let's scatter die this damage. I'm down.
Shit.
Luckily, I have feel no pain, and we'll be rolling a 3+ to gain a wound again.
Oh god, that's probably not actually true.
It does sound kind of made up.
It used to be really good for berserkers.
Feel no pain. Just roll 6 and you survive.
No, it used to be a 3+.
What?
2
What?
plus.
Okay,
Back in the
so
Roll
this
off.
creature and Kelnozz cackles loudly, its confidence restored to it,
Oh no, he's confident.
and it lopes. 1, 2, 3, and takes a bite at Theren.
Get out.
14, I assume, does not hit.
No.
Okay, so this creature bounds up to you, snapping its jaws, but you dodge out of the way. Brynn, it's your turn.
This is not going well.
Alright. The same one that still has the hunter's mark, I'm going to... Oh, I'm going to keep taking disadvantages here, because Theron's not killing the right ones.
I'm
What about
not.
Theren? Yeah, I will, I guess, have to take a shot at the leader there. So I should take it at disadvantage then? Because there's a guy in... Did you mute yourself again, Boris?
Yeah, if you're doing melee while that creature's still in your melee range or range, then you need to do disadvantage.
Okay, well, I'm doing disadvantage then. Bow is mightier than the sword. 15.
15 hits.
Yeah. For 5, that's not very good. 6, 7. 8. 'Tis but a scratch.
'Tis but a scratch, but the creature looks like it has had 1,000 scratches. And as the arrow cuts a gouge into it as it whizzes by him, he starts to waver and seems like he's on his last breath. Eikooc, make your death saving throw. You stabilize,
Yay.
but remain unconscious.
Oh.
Kelnozz, you're up. Make the death saving
I'll be
throw.
rolling a death save.
1 success.
Yeah.
Theren, you're up.
I will. Oh, what did I do last time? I think I struck at this guy. I'll struck at this guy again. Regular attack.
Ooh,
Chop him up.
an 8 misses.
No, it's a 19, isn't it?
I thought the first number was always your real roll.
Oh, wait, did we no longer have advantage against this guy?
And you don't have advantage against this guy. Fairy fire fades when Kelnozz lost consciousness.
Well, then I am most frustrated with this knoll.
There you go. So you miss, and the creature snickers. Now it's its turn. This creature is just going to take a step over here so that it's truly flanking you. And starts twirling its glaive. Oh. Okay, so the first attack hits. You take 8 slashing damage. It twirls its glaive and attacks again. Ooh, missing this time. And the one remaining regular gnoll starts stabbing at Brynn.
Don't do it?
Ooh, 12. Should have stuck with my advantage attacks. Oh, right. So that misses. And and it is now Brynn's turn.
I draw my longsword
Ooh, shit's about to get real.
and two-handed slash at the leader. Ooh, that was accidentally a disadvantage. So maybe I'll just take the 20.
Well, the 20 is your first roll, so that's the one you rolled. So 20 hits.
And it is going to do. Oh, come on.
You kill
Come on. So
Your
4
sword
plus 2
plunges
is
into the creature as it is more focused on Theren. And when you take your blade out, it is dark with blood, and the creature slumps to the ground.
Oh,
It had 3 hit points.
thou hast been slain, foul creature.
Okay.
And the other guy's not within 5 feet, so I can't use my double strike nonsense.
5 feet of the creature you killed, I guess.
Yeah, they have to be within 5 feet of one another, not of me.
Okay. Eikooc is stable, so Kelnozz, make your death saving throw.
Gladly. Yeah, 2
Second.
success.
Alright,
Look at this guy.
you're up, Theren.
I will. Well, like, okay, wait. So there's just this guy left.
Yes.
I take a well-aimed, regular strike.
16 hits.
Regular strike.
You murder it. The creature seems like it has lost its will to fight and starts whimpering, and before it can even drop its weapons and run, your sword slashes through the air and slices into it, causing a deep gash and killing it.
Take that.
As the last null body slumps to the floor, the forest returns to its silent and almost peaceful atmosphere.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. I will loot all the bodies, including
You are
Eikooc.
unconscious.
I am looting them in my mind.
I will give Eikooc a slight bit of health here. I'll give him.
Hey, Theren, who inspired you with his inspiring words?
Well, let me just make sure there's no friendly corpses to loot before I bring you back.
Fair.
Can I use cure
Can't
wounds
argue with that.
one of them as well?
That's prudent.
I give you 3 hit points each, thus bringing you back to our consciousness.
Oh, I had a dream I was looting you.
Patience. We live to not be looted another day.
It's really the goal. Just walk around not getting looted.
Yeah.
What say you, gentlemen? Should we loot these bodies and take
Let's loot the shit out of him.
some hit points? Or are we going to trudge on through the forest?
Oh, I can sing us a song.
I need to recover.
So all these creatures have all the normal kind of grunts have hide armor on. They all have crude wooden shields and spears. They all have longbows. Again, kind of crudely made, pilfered from adventures in some cases, but all fairly regular. The larger gnoll has a dirty chain shirt on. Does not have a shield, but it has his wicked-looking glaive, which looks sturdy, if not kind of crudely made itself. and his own longbow.
What kind of sword was it?
No swords. A glaive is a.
Was it chain
glaive.
vest?
Sorry. I misheard that. What a mighty looking glaive. It'd be a shame if we were to leave it behind.
Can I do this? Can we do a short rest so I can hit you guys with Song of Rest?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I think we're definitely gonna do short rest.
So, friendly creatures who can hear your performance regain hit points at the end of the short rest by spending one or more hit dice. If you do that, each creature gains an extra 1d6. Guess it's better than nothing.
It certainly is.
I will gain an extra 3 hit points. All right.
I'll gain 7 plus 1d6. 10. And I'll spend one more hit dice. Ooh. Sucks.
You should
I'll
do
take-
your arcane recovery as well, Nelson.
That just gives me back spell slots, eh?
On a short rest, yeah.
So, don't be afraid to take a hit dice.
I feel quite healthy.
Do I get Bardic Inspiration on short rest?
You'll have to check because I'm not sure.
Oh, no,
Say-
it's long rest. Fuck. Okay. I only have 2 left.
Okay, so you guys take about an hour to recuperate and tend to your wounds. You guys have put in about a half a day or a bit more than a half a day's travel through the south, through the drowned forest in the general southeastish kind of direction.
General southeastern-ish direction.
Alright. Whew. Well, I feel much more suitable.
Bam.
Ooh, look at this guy.
That's what I'm talking about. Who knows how to recover? Alright.
Maybe I'll take one more hit dice here. Oof. Still kind of hurt, but okay. Very well. Shall we proceed?
I suppose so. There's no way out of this but forward.
What time of day is it? Like, how much more traveling can we do today?
You guys have done roughly half a day of traveling.
Let's keep going.
Okay, everyone can make a survival check if you guys are continuing forward. And any
Yes.
change to pace or
I think same pace, but I am going to be looking around much more actively for ambushes.
Okay.
Can I detect evildoers? Not that helped us the first time.
yeah, you can take a minute to do. You have to stop moving to do it.
Oh yes, before we sally forth.
So before you sally forth, you take a moment to commune with the nature around you. There are kind of sporadic pockets of humanoids again. You recognize that some of them are probably more gnolls. You tend to see them mostly more in the east of your 5-mile range. There's a couple more groups around the roughly the same size as what you guys just faced. patrolling the area, probably sporadically in the next kind of like 5 mile area. More so, the closest one being about 3 miles away.
Okay. So we continue in our southwesterly-ish direction.
So.
Lead the way, Brynn.
So whoever's leading the way is going to be the one who's primarily looking out
Yeah.
for
I'm going to
things.
be looking out.
I'm tall and super perceptive. My passive perception is 5 above normal,
Whew.
and I am actively perceiving now.
You seem to be in the back row. Maybe you should
Yeah, but
come up here
I'm
with
8 feet.
Brynn.
I'm 8 feet tall. I can see the hell out of it.
I can see the hell out of everything. What about if you're up against someone that's 8.5 feet tall? Does
I'll
it
be
make you feel inadequate?
I'll be scared of my mind.
Okay, in what direction are you guys moving?
Southwest. As Pippin would say.
Southwest. Alright.
Because we were heading like down this way, so we're maybe reaching this
You
little
guys
crook.
I thought you guys were following the blue line. This was
Okay.
This was
Then we
Scott's
continue following the blue line.
pointing to
the
Silver
general
Stand,
intention.
or the Frosted Tips rather.
Oh, that's gross.
Okay, so did everyone make a survival check? It looks like everyone almost did, except for Eikooc.
I did.
Oh yes, you did. It was Ryan who didn't do it.
Yes, I did not make a survival check. Surviving now.
Okay, you guys travel for another 4 or 5 hours down more in that direction into the more southern section of the forest. As you get there, you find that there are sections of the forest that seem like they've just been like cleared. There's patches here and there where the ground is freshly turned, and things around it seem to have been like cast aside, but the actual this ground kind of leaves like a rough path that seems to trudge through the forest. Kind of meanders back and forth. It doesn't look like it's looking for anything specific, but just throughout the forest you can find parts where is bare ground and freshly disturbed.
Freshly disturbed. Can I tell what kind of tracks disturbed this ground?
Make a nature check, rather.
Oh, I suck at nature.
You can make a survival check if you rather see what kind of track it is.
Yeah, I'll do a... Oh, well, it doesn't matter either way.
You can't really tell. Like, it looks like the ground is like almost like it's been tilled, but you can't see any kind of noticeable footprints, whether they're creature or human or animal.
Or otherwise.
Ooh.
Something looks like it's disturbed the ground here, but it could just be the wind. We might never be sure.
Probably the wind.
So at the end of your travels, after 4 or 5 hours, you guys have come into this part of the forest, and you're too tired to proceed significantly. If you guys are just going to go your full days of traveling.
What say you, fellows? Shall we continue traveling?
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like we're gonna get very tired if we continue much
We
further.
don't want to get too tired.
I don't think we have any exhaustion though, do we?
Not right now, but we don't really want to gain exhaustion. We struggle sometimes as it is.
It's just the more often we stop, the more likely those jazzwazzles will catch up with.
I feel like we've escaped the Chazwazzles. I don't imagine they like leaving the marsh.
I don't know, they jazzwazzle here and there.
We're now in Catwazzle Town.
I think they were dogs.
Knollwazzles.
I say we let the captain decide.
Our very first mate of you.
My captain?
Let's make camp for the evening.
Okay. Very well, Captain Theren, Brynn, set up camp.
I set up the camp.
Yuck, you should have a seat. Allow me to... Your feet must be tired from so much walking. To gently massage them.
Each one of my feet is as long as your arm.
I'm obviously repulsed by the size of your feet, but I'm trying to be nice about it.
Okay, are you guys gonna do anything before your long rest?
I'm going to cast Alarm.
Oh, Bims! Fuck.
I'm going to cast Alarm
Okay.
and set up just Alarm around our camp. Basically, if there's any unwanted intrusion in the night.
I'm gonna summon Bims,
You summon Bims.
and I'm gonna have him like fly around and do a perimeter search.
How far are you like them to fly?
He can go up to 100 feet, but I want him to only do... like,
He can go up to 100 feet while communicating with you telepathically, but he can fly. For
yeah. Oh, so I could like send him out, do a drive-by?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. I'll have him do like I don't know. 100 square feet radius around the camp.
And how high up do you want him to fly?
Just about 10 feet above the tree line, well, the bush line. So like 20 feet in the air?
20 feet in the air. The trees would be higher than that. So
Oh, okay. So
trees are
30,
probably like 60 to 100 feet in the air.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so 110 feet?
Okay, so you essentially you set him above the tree line.
Yeah, above the tree line?
And he's gone for a few minutes, and then when he comes back in range, he sends you the mental image of the ground as he can see it below, which is obscured by the spores in the mist and the sickly tree leaves. So he doesn't depart any pictures of any kind of creatures or animals that you recognize. But he does also impart a picture to you to the south at maybe like 10 miles away is a small settlement with a wall around it.
Is that the Frosted Tips?
It's a settlement. It's a town.
Oh.
Frosted Tips is a mountain range.
Oh.
It's more like perhaps an outpost.
Would I have any knowledge about this outpost?
You probably suspect it's Burle.
What's it called?
Burle.
Oh, Burle. And how far to the south?
It's hard to tell from his mental image, but you guess it's like roughly 10 miles.
Okay, so I will communicate to the group that Burle is about 10 miles south of us, and he didn't really see anything else. So I can actually make him just teleport right back within 30 feet. So I'm going to pop him onto my shoulder. And I'll give him little pets.
He likes it.
I forgot about you, Bims.
Okay.
Perhaps we should prepare for the night? Get a little rest?
Indeed, let's dress up and make for Burle in the morning. Perhaps they know where these bandits are located.
Perhaps.
Okay, so you guys are going to do a long rest?
Yes. I can do the first watch again. It went really well last time. What say you, Brynn? Do you want to go first or second this time?
I'll take the first watch to allow you some time to recompose yourself.
Very well. I will attempt to loot
If
Theren and
I
then
can
fall
catch
asleep.
you with an erection in the middle of the night.
Thank you, Brynn. Come, Bims. Let us cuddle for warmth.
Is there like a tree I could climb to get kind of like a better view of the surroundings around the party for my watch?
There are trees to climb, but many of them are covered with the mushrooms and fungus on them.
Ooh, I don't want to risk the mushroom screams.
They seem pretty gross.
Okay, so Brynn's going to do the first watch.
Yes.
Okay, Brynn, make a perception check.
Perception.
Perception.
Not great.
Okay, the night passes without anything on your watch disturbing you. Is someone taking a second watch?
Yes, I
Yes.
go and rouse Kelnozz after
You find him
approximately
completely
4
naked.
hours. Ooh, fell out of your bedroll. I
Can I roll for erection?
tap his willy with the end of my bow. Not in a sexual way, but in a.
Ooh.
I wonder what kind of small grub that is. He seems to have some grubs attached to him.
Go to bed, Brynn. I rolled an 8. Unfortunate. I will send Bims to kind of fly around randomly.
Okay, make a perception.
He's pretty
roll.
agile, right? Like he could kind of go out of the trees, kind of like road cones.
Pardon?
Can he like weave through the trees?
Yeah, he can fly through the trees.
Yeah, so he's gonna kind of fly around.
He's a tiny creature, so it's not too much of an issue for him.
Perception, right?
Mhm.
Oh my god.
You're quite amused as you watch Bims do some tricks in the air, but you don't notice anything else. And
Okay.
the night passes, and as the morning comes, everyone wakes up and you feel again that these spores are choking you and made it even harder to breathe today. So everyone loses another 4 maximum hit points.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I'm down to 19.
I'm down
Another
to
4?
Yeah.
That's not good for business.
So
Forest.
if you guys put if you put the minuses as like a formula in your hit point maximum. So for example, here's what my hit point maximum looks like. It actually like changes
Well,
it on
how
your
about
character
that?
sheet. So it changes it, but in like a temporary way on your character sheet.
That's really cool.
Perfect.
Good shit.
So you don't have to do this weird like temporary hit point calculation.
La-di-da.
La da dee, la da da.
All
Okay,
right.
the morning is yours.
Well, Brynn,
Let's do a quick humanoid check. Morning ritual.
See what we got.
Put on a pot of coffee there, Kelnozz, and I will sit down for 1 full minute.
I prepare a traditional drow drink. It's like super bitter, mostly dirt. But I give Brynn a glass of it. My family used to make this drink for me when I was but a tyke.
Why, this swill tastes okay. I apologize for describing it as swill, but this is not from the Frosted Tips.
Nay, it is from deep underground in the Underdark.
Oh, that is also where the sewers run. Curious, curious flavor. This.
Getting a little personal there, Brynn, but as always, I appreciate the conversation. Come, Bims, and I dramatically walk away. Bims is also disgusted by the smell of the drink.
Kelnozz and Bim are disgusted. Walk away. All right.
Do we detect, or do I detect any humanoids within 5 miles?
Within 5 miles, you don't detect any that are anywhere near you in the forest itself, but near the edge of your 5 miles, you detect 6 humanoids. That is in the same direction as where Kelnozz told you Burle was.
Burle is that way, and there's another band of some kind of humanoids, but nothing to the south.
You guys are at the southern edge of the forest, basically.
We're like down here.
Yeah, roughly like here-ish.
Okay. Shall we try and continue wandering this forest to find the druid, or shall we hurry over to Silver Birch and save the town?
I think we'd be best suited to leave the forest to Burle and see if there's any evidence. See if we can gather any evidence as to where these bandits might be.
Also, maybe in Burle we could remove this like spore plague that we have
Pretty
going
sure I'm
on.
getting black lung.
Yeah.
Hanging out in this forest, so we need to spend some time out of this forest, I think.
It is the drowned forest.
Okay, so
Let's continue 10 miles south, approximately.
okay, let's get you guys in a marching order and rolling survival checks.
Whoa. Whoa.
Can I have?
Whoa. Are we still going down here? Is that the direction?
Yeah, but I'm gonna have Bim slightly ahead of us in a scouting position.
Finally, a scout for the party.
Ooh, take that, Brynn.
Oh. We
Take
have no
that,
chance
me.
to survive.
That was awesome.
Okay, so is everyone doing their survival checks?
Oh,
Okay,
because
I
I
thought
haven't
we
done
were
mine.
just relying on BIMs.
I'll attempt to survive.
Oh, nope.
Ooh, we really have no
This
chance.
was a poor.
Can I roll for Bims?
No, because he's not
What?
really traveling the same way as you guys. He's not making his own travel. He's going with you. He doesn't have the survival check.
Damn it.
So as you guys are walking, you find that the brush around the edge of this forest becomes very thick, and you have to take a wide berth around a patch of the shrieking mushrooms, costing you many hours in your trip. So what would have probably only been half a day's journey to Burle, you managed to you just managed to get to the edge of the forest about 3/4 of the way through your day, and you can see some farms scattering the land around the outpost. It's still a good 10 miles away due to your detour.
Damn it.
Hmm.
He's going to continue on to Burle.
I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah, I think so.
Okay, so from here it's you guys leave the forest, and the cloud of spores gets thinner and thinner until again you can see the sun, and you breathe deep, and the air feels clean again. And you head to Burle after a few more hours of travel, just as the sun is setting.
Can breathe again.
Well, I think I have to buy Brynn a beer.
Oh, I would never say no to a trip to the tavern.
Here, here, to the tavern.
So as you guys approach Burle, there are some farms around it. There's a very small community, but it's more of an outpost rather than a town. And it is a fortified outpost. So as you get closer, there is a walled encampment with a gate that's being guarded. And as you approach, there's two men wearing the normal uniform of council, like the council land guards. It's more associated with like the royal, or not the royal, but the overall council of the Rog. And as you approach, one says, "Who goes there? State your business."
Hail. We are adventurers. We've just traveled through the forest and are quite weary from our travels. We were hoping to have a bed and some ale, if you'll have us.
Through the forest and lived. You guys
'Tis
don't.
true.
You guys don't look that tough, but you must be. Eyes, you guys all. Eyes dwelling a little longer on Kelnozz and Brynn. It says, "Are you guys troublemakers?"
We never make trouble. We
Nay.
solve problems where we go.
No,
On my mother's honor.
we're problem solvers, not troublemakers. We're actually here looking for a missing druid. Hutch was kidnapped and taken to these woods.
Make a persuasion check with advantage. The guard says, "Oh, Hutch! I see. That's great. We've heard of his peril, but we haven't been allowed to go looking for him. Come on in." He lets the gate open for you.
All right, we go in.
Can I ask him when Hutch was last seen?
Been a couple weeks now.
Hmm.
Can you direct us to the nearby inn and tavern?
Why, yes. He points down further on in the encampment. See a wooden building, and he goes, "The Earth Maiden's home is there."
I understand they have a ale. I wink at Brynn.
Oh,
They
there's
have
not
ale.
enough ale in this outpost to satisfy my thirst.
They have ale, but it's helped run by a priestess for the Hearth Maiden, so she runs a pretty clean ship. Not really a great place for carousing. Carousing.
You got it right.
The first time?
Yep.
Carousing. Oh man, there you go.
Uh,
Stay out of trouble, you two.
Ha ha! Trouble never finds us.
Let us
We are
carouse
sneaky.
post hastily.
All right.
Right.
Let's
So
get ourselves some rooms. And...
it's a fairly small encampment. There are some buildings that are obviously much more. It's made out of stone, much more heavily fortified. But the rest of the buildings are made of wood. They seem like they've made a makeshift kind of community here, more out of necessity for the area rather than any kind of real ecological or agricultural purpose. You guys head straight to the Hearth Maiden's home. The Hearth Maiden, of course, being one of the larger or well-known gods of the Great Binding. She is the goddess of life and love, basically.
Hells yeah.
Anyone who wants to make a religion check can perhaps know more.
Ugh, who needs religion when you have Moraganor?
Well,
Okay,
The
so
pure guiding light.
so both Theren and this is Kevin Nelson. So you guys know that the Hearth Maiden, also known with her symbol as the brass bell, is one of the gods that helped humans establish themselves and learn to live in a civilization by welcoming people to their hearths. And she's essentially the matron of hospitality and care, and their followers tend to be people who are healers, hosts. And as you guys enter the Hearth Maiden's home, you see behind the bar is an older fellow with a bushy gray mustache, and there's also a woman who's sweeping the floors, and she's in her gray binding raiments, and she's got graying reddish hair. There's not too many other people in the inn right now, so they greet you warmly as you come in. Travelers, welcome!
Hell. We're looking for beds and ale. Do you have these things?
Why, of course, of course. You look like you have traveled many miles. Could be in use of
Jeez.
perhaps some clean clothes.
That sounds fantastic.
Certainly, and a strong drink.
The man starts pouring some ales into some flagons and says, "You have coin from your travels, right?"
Certainly. The first round is on Theren.
Tell me, we're a little under the weather after traveling a harrowing journey through the drowned forest. Is there any cure for this ailment?
The the woman looks at you and says, "Let me take a closer look."
I cough. Oh, it's awful.
She takes a step back as you cough and say, then takes a close look at you. She waves her hand over you, and a brass light shines from her hands, and the light flickers like fire as she places her hand on you and says, "I see. You have suffered from the spores of the forest, but these will quickly be diminished the longer you stay outside of the forest. I suspect after you rest, you may feel better."
Ooh.
Oh, thank you. That's most comforting to know.
Yes, those spores were making us feel weaker. Do you know what is the source of these spores?
Well, the mushrooms are the immediate source, but where the mushrooms come from is a different tale.
Is it the mushrooms that make lots of noise when too close?
The shriekers, yes. There are shriekers from what we know of mushrooms that scream when you go too near, but they're still just another symptom of the greater disease that seems to eat away at the drowned forest. It has been like this longer than I have been alive, but some say that there was a cult that lived in this area many years ago, and their dark practices corrupted the forest. Who can say? We do not venture into the forest unless absolutely necessary. Our job is to protect what comes out. We don't concern ourselves too much of what stays in.
And what do you find comes out?
Many monsters roam the drowned forest, as well as the shivering forest to the south.
Shivering forest.
Here in Burle, our job is to protect the road and protect the people who dwell here. As many creatures come out. Sometimes gnolls, perhaps trolls.
Any
Even
bandits
the
in the area?
Well, there's bandits all over these lands.
We're looking for a specific group of bandits. They have taken a druid named Hutch. Are you familiar with him?
You must mean Hutch.
That's
Yes.
the one.
I'm familiar with him by reputation. I've never met the fellow. A strange fellow, as far as I've heard. Maybe even stranger than the likes of your group.
Have you heard of his disappearance?
If you I mean, if I asked if I've heard of his abduction, then I have. The bandits came by here a matter of weeks ago looking for ransom. However, even Kiara's, with her compassion, was not able to prove the payment. They were sent to Seaton, or perhaps Saltmarsh, who have greater coffers to offer.
Do you know perhaps where these bandits call home? Where they would have retreated back to?
I have to say I do not know. I'm only working the shrine here and help Roddens with the work here at the inn. Perhaps if you were to gain an audience with Kiara Shadowbreaker, our commander, she may have more more information. Or perhaps seek out her lieutenant, Gorgos.
Gorgos. Do you know where we might find them?
They can be found in the main forts during the day.
Very good. Oh, you've been most kind. Thank you for the information. I just hand her nicely. I slip her a gold.
Let's have a drink for her on Theren's
She
tab. I order.
Refuses the gold. Says, pass that to Roddens if you're looking for someone to give gold to. But I'll not take it. But please take the blessings of the Hearth Maiden. And she makes the sign of the Great Binding towards your group.
Many thanks.
I look at Theren. What do you think?
I look at Theren too, and I'm like, you understand there's other gods, right?
Well, I must say, this one has much wisdom and generosity. I'm most impressed.
A simple god to conquer. Very well, I suppose we are on our best behavior tonight. Theren, we won't be trying to convert anyone.
Very well.
Unless you want to, in which case I insist.
No, I'm most focused on our task at hand. Let's rest and then find out if we can pick up the trail of a hutch. If not, let's continue to the Frosted Tips for, that's where I think we should go.
Every game that we've played, I have his name written down, and every game that we've played where I mentioned his name, I have edited how that name is spelled.
Hutch?
Hutch? Or hutch?
Yeah.
Hutch?
It started. I don't even know where it started. Like I can't even tell you all the changes it's made. I've now got Hautch.
Hutch?
Hotch. I think
that's probably right.
Yeah, 'cause you guys have been saying Hutch and Hatch. I know.
I think I had
knew
Hatch.
that it was Hotch,
I have Hutch.
but I just pictured Bob like reeling every time.
Yeah.
It was so consistent.
Accurate.
So many weeks.
I know I can rely on you guys to take a simple name and absolutely
Carouse the shit out of it.
never remember.
Carouse. Cleaved and entwined. God. All right. Let's drink.
Let's get wasted.
Cheers.
Brynn, you want to get weird?
As you guys enjoy your ale, after a while, more people start coming into the inn. They're mostly, most of them tend to be soldiers. Most of them are either wearing their guard uniform, wearing the patch of the Council of the Rog, or are sitting with you who are. There's a few farmers.
I tried to overhear the banter of the soldier.
You don't really hear anything interesting. It's mostly gossip. They're saying names, but no names that you recognize. And it's all stuff like personal. Nothing really interesting.
No juicy
Very good.
gossip.
What did you say, Scott?
I said very good. No news is good news, as they say. Well, perhaps we should adjourn to our rooms.
Long
Okay.
rest it up.
You guys gonna do anything during your long rest? You have some access to some basic supplies if you would like.
No, I think I'm okay. This one.
Ryan, are you using the longsword that I gave it to you?
Yes.
Did you know it was a +1 longsword?
I was not told of this shiny longsword business.
Oh, it's a fancy longsword, Ryan.
Oh my goodness. No, it looks like a regular ass longsword.
Well,
My goodness.
know that it is indeed imbued with the longest of swords.
Does the +1 add +1 to the attack roll and the damage?
Yeah.
I think the computer takes care of that, though.
Well, I'm just updating the longsword entries that I have in here.
Just type longsword, and then you can drag in a longsword +1.
Well, I've already just added the +1 to the longsword that I previously dragged.
Don't do it.
It was a previous drag. I just added the
Ooh,
+1.
you don't
But there's a
want to
longsword
re-drag
+1.
a previous.
You can re-drag. Gotta re-drag.
All this dragging.
Just take the longsword +3. Or Vorpal. Go for Vorpal.
Vorpal longsword is what Scott gave me, correct?
Alright, so you guys finish your long rest, and your normal hit points are restored.
Aha!
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, I feel much more suitable after a night of drinking.
Indeed.
That drowned forest can really take a lot out of you.
How many hit dice do you restore in a long rest? It's half your level?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me those bardic inspiration and hit dice. Oh yeah.
Okay, so everyone take 5 silver off for your stay overnight, and say probably another. If everyone had a lot to drink, it was probably a gold. If they had a little to drink, probably another 5 silver.
I will be sleeping in. Take this opportunity to level up again.
Level 17.
Okay, so the day is yours.
Alright. Should we go find
Hooch?
your Shadowbreaker? Gorgos. Yeah, Hatch.
Hitch?
Hutch. Was that the sound of Bob hitting the
Or we could, yeah, Kira Shadowbreak, captain of the guard. It's daytime, right?
Yep, it's morning time.
Morning time. To the barracks. Brynn, rustle those lazy bones.
Oh, I feel much better.
I too. This hangover is incredible. Let's get out there.
Okay, you guys are heading to the fort.
Yeah.
Okay, as you guys get to the fort, one of the few buildings that are made out of stone, there are guards posted at the door, and as you approach, they block the way and say, "State your business."
We're here to meet Kira Shadowbreaker, captain of the guard.
Commander.
Commander of the guard.
And what business have you with Kiara? With Commander
We
Shadowbreaker?
we have some
So
questions.
personal.
If you have questions, you'll have to speak more if you want an audience with her.
Well, we're trying to find Hutch Hatch.
There's no Hutch Hatch here.
Well, his name is Hutch. He's been missing for 2 weeks.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Can I see your manager, please? Who's in charge around here?
You can enter as long as you leave your weapons with us.
Very well. I drop my rapier down, then my dagger, then a backup dagger, then a third dagger, hand crossbow, my silver jug of wine, my lute, my pan flute, my lyre. Those are all the things I have. And bims. Sits on this big pile of weapons.
You hear the guard whisper to the other guard and say, "I told you they always have weapons on."
Damn it. My associate Brynn.
The other one says, pesky music players.
The old switcheroo. Brynn, would you like to join me before I get us into...
Oh, most definitely.
Spit in their face.
Maybe we should get Theren in here to make sure it doesn't spiral completely out of control.
Okay, I'm here. Thanks, Kelnozz, for just
Time
making our introductions.
me to start talking to someone.
Yes, of course, we're really just here to find out if we can learn of the bandit situation in the area, for we're trying to recover a lost soul named Hotch. I'm gonna go with
Hutch, I believe, Theren.
Hotch.
So
May we proceed?
you guys giving up your weapons?
I already
Yes.
Yep, it's fine.
Yeah.
The guards take your weapons and put them into a small room just to the inside, and one of them escorts you to a waiting chamber. And after a few minutes, a middle-aged man with short black hair walks in. He says, "Lieutenant Commander Georgios, I'm told that you're looking to speak to the commander. You'll speak to me first."
Well, we were sent here by Iliander of Saltmarsh to find a missing person, one druid named Hotch, who had been taken captive by bandits in the nearby wood. However, we're not really able to get many leads on where he might be, or where they might be, and we're hoping to know The commander might know something about their activities in these parts.
You're here.
The druid, you say? That's the druid that the bandits were ransoming about 2 weeks ago. What makes you think he's even still alive?
Well, we feel duty bound to find out his fate.
We have come a long way through the drowned marsh. Marsh? Yeah.
Grand Forest.
Drowned forest.
If you really did travel through the drowned forest and made it out alive, then you have my respect. The last time we saw those bandits, we sent them hiking. Told them to ask for their ridiculous claims from some other poor town. Sent them Seaton's way, I think.
Seaton?
Yeah, Seaton, you know?
Whereabouts is Seaton?
That's where we just came from. That's where we ran, got captured, and
Yeah, that's where
jailbreaked. And
bad things happened.
it's just
Oh,
to the
we
west
can
of
never
us.
go back there again.
It's also between us and Saltmarsh.
Is that where the trees charmed us?
Yeah, during our escape.
I wouldn't recommend anyone go over there, especially not your kind right now. They've had a lot of problems. Word recently reached us of an attack.
Wise words.
Well, let's abandon that quest, boys, and
Now,
What we're good at. Struggling through the forest. Abandoning quests.
if you've heard that they're still out there in the drowned forest, then I'd say somewhere in the Seaton area, maybe. Assuming they haven't moved on or gone to their next target.
do they travel from town to town?
Well, that's what these type usually do if one town won't ransom them.
Hmm.
They picked pretty poor choice. Council's not going to spend any extra time or money looking for one of his kind.
And what kind is that? Just druids in general, or?
Musicians.
If I'm being honest, I don't rightly know what he is. He's like your friend, your tall friend here, but uglier.
Good lord.
Now, I hope that helps. We're not gonna have. You're not gonna be able to see Kiara anytime soon. You'll have
Well,
to.
why is that?
She's a busy lady, and we just don't let any travelers in. You make a name for yourself around here, and I think I could arrange an audience, but from now I don't know you from Boo.
Well, since we're here, is there any work that you need on the road between here and Saltmarsh? Maybe able to accomplish something for you.
Well, we don't really much care for anything too far outside of our area. Our job here is just to watch the drowned forest and the shivering wood, make sure that the dark things inside don't make it too far out. That being said, there was just last week we had an attack by a really ugly and mean troll who came out, butchered a farmer's family, and went back into the drowned wood. As I said, we really only focus on things that come out. But those farmers were a friend of mine, and I'd be willing to put up 100 gold for each of you if you manage to come back with this troll's head. Yeah,
Back into the
So-
drowned wood, you say?
that's right.
Which direction from here?
Went up north of here.
Well,
Here. Have this very convenient map.
do you always carry that with you?
Well, no one worth their salt will be caught dead without a map in this area. I wouldn't abandon this for anything. Even an
I will
imminent
be-
explosion.
I will be sure to make
specific.
copies of it for all of us to hold on to.
I will draw it on my hand.
Tattoo it on his back.
I have an ink pen and ink. Let's write this shit down. So he said north of Burle and the Drowned Forest. That's where the troll was at?
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Could he mark out the location of the farmer's land?
The farmer's land is like it's not distinguishable from where Burle is shown on the map.
I see.
Right? It's basically that's the spot. And when you tell him to point out where the troll is, he basically moves his finger just to the left, just underneath where the word Drowned Forest is scrawled
Okay.
on the map.
Gotcha.
If you tell us where the farm is, perhaps we can track the troll from there.
All right. Well, it's the Franck farm. They're just to the north and a bit to the west.
Franck farm. And you said he was a friend of yours.
That's right. His father used to be on the guard when I was a recruit.
Well, I assure you that if we find the troll, we'll return with its head.
Thank you. Now, this troll had green skin, and it had a really terrible scar go down its left side of its face over its eye. So I'll know if you bring me back the wrong troll.
It's tough but fair.
You do that, and I'm sure I can arrange an audience with Kiara.
Well, thank you, Grogos? Grogos?
Gorgos.
Gorgos.
Grogos?
Gorgos boss.
Gorgos.
It's been a pleasure meeting you. Perhaps
Likewise.
you could have your men prepare our weapons?
Just ask for him at the door. They'll hand him back to you.
Very well.
All right, let's get out of here. I guess we need to decide where we're going. Are we going to bother with this troll? What do you guys think?
I think we should try to kill the troll. Maybe we'll find more clues about the bandits.
If it takes us closer to the forest, pick up hot trail. Suppose.
We must
Oh,
not
and the
forget
random
our
chance.
silver stand.
True, Brynn.
Also, don't
Yeah.
forget that we sent our ship back to just chill at Saltmarsh.
Ooh, it's a long walk.
Well, we should not tally too long. And didn't he say we'd have to travel closer to Seaton?
Well, he said on the way to Seaton, but you can see the road forks there, so it doesn't look like we have to get right up to Seaton on the way back to Saltmarsh.
All right. Well, it seems like this is on our way to the Frosted Tip, so perhaps we should.
No, it's in the opposite direction as the
It's
first.
southwest.
This is northwest and north, and Frosted Tips is straight south.
Oh.
So,
Well, I think The more pressing matter is the situation in the Frosted Tips. I'm with Brynn. We should walk. Actually, we should see if we can get some horses or something at Burle. I don't know. Seems like
It's probably a good idea. We don't need a wagon, so we can probably actually make good time.
Excuse me, Lieutenant.
Ooh, I just closed.
Lieutenant Boss.
Didn't we already leave?
I'm shouting really loudly. Lieutenant Boss.
Are you heading back in?
Yes.
All right.
Do you know where? Would it be
Take your
possible
weapons.
to borrow some horses from you?
Borrow horses. If you're looking for a helping hand, someone to give out charity, you can go to the Earth Maiden's home. We don't have any spare horses for adventures.
Perhaps we could purchase one from you.
Well, now that's a separate story.
I should have been more clear.
He offers to sell you some decent riding horses for 5 gold each.
Very well, Theren, bring your coin purse. Let's get 4 horses, please.
you can pay for your own horse, but I'll agree to
I'll buy my
a horse.
Ryan, do you have any money?
I am penniless, my friend.
Alright, I'll buy Ryan's horse too.
Completely penniless.
Alright, I got your horse.
These clothes are so unsuitable.
He
Never
sends a
been so
page
penniless.
down to the stable, who comes back a few moments later, leading 4 horses. And you know what? I think we'll call it there. So that you guys
We're all horsed up.
consider what you want to do next round, and we'll figure all that stuff out.
Yeah.